as to why. Because people are gonna be like, well, why did you rip up the book? Like, what led?
Because she said so. Like, damn it.
What led you to that point? You know what I mean? Like, why did you think that? So, because we thought that this novel wasn't a novel.
I am still pissed at the fact that I think there is a letter in there that has something about ripping up the book. Like, well, is that how we'll understand it better, by ripping it up?
Well, yeah, it was
the instruction room.
The one that said about, do we have to tear this book apart and reassemble it in order to understand it better?
Okay, then yeah, that was that one. Okay, never mind. Anyways, so yeah, and then like I started thinking like that because, are you recording already?
Yes, of course.
Okay then, because you know this greatness over here. What's it called? Yeah, like I was thinking because, okay, there's exhibits. And then there's words, there's pages with words. Like, it was just a very simple idea. It's just like pages with words, poems, abstract, pictures, anything. And then the do-it-yourself sort of things. And then the ones that don't fit into any category, just miscellaneous. So that's what we were thinking. So then, like, they're like, oh yeah, you know, like, and then so we start ripping it up. And then we gave the professor the idea, and then she said, oh, I don't know about that miscellaneous part. And then we're just like, so what are we going to do with them?
Why did she say that though?
I don't know.
She just said, I don't know about
She didn't like
she
it.
didn't like it.
She wanted something more creative.
She wanted us to do something more creative with that, with the leftovers.
She's just like,
so then that's when she started thinking about the origami. Yeah. And then, because, you know, since like, I think the project was given, she was like, origami!
Well, one of the pages had origami on it.
That too.
And then so she's like, yeah, we could do that with the miscellaneous. Then we started having ideas about, okay, what should we do with the miscellaneous and stuff. And then as we kept going, it's sort of like she saw that the pictures go with the exhibits, just that they're in different order. So we started ordering. This happened as we were ordering the pages. We were putting poems together. We were doing this together, and then so then afterwards, the next time, it was all like the exhibits were laid out, and then the pictures were with the exhibits. But then we were trying to figure out what to do with the rest of the pages, or what we were gonna do, like how we're gonna, you know, organize it as a book, da-da-da-da. And now that we're here, we're like thinking about, oh my god, the meaning of the book. It's easy, like, it's just like,
I think the letters are kind of like the skeleton or the bone, if you want to say it, for her whole exhibit. But we have to remember, like, our argument is that
it's not a novel.
It's not a novel, but we're making it into it now, like.
What do you want to call it? Manuscript, gallery? What?
Look up what a manuscript is.
Well, we said
something written before it's being printed. So like the product, any like essay or anything that's like paper, no, because it's already
because
it's already printed.
Because it could be, because like we had said, because you could make it into a whole manual. You could kind of say. Would it be a manual?
I don't want to say a manual. I think it's more like a gallery. I mean, it is a gallery.
When I think about a manual, I think about like something that tells you how to do something, like steps, how, like, well, oh, break it, like when you buy something, like, oh, read the manual on how to build it, or. And
they could be, yeah, that's true. It could be.
I think it's a gallery, because.
Part of it is a gallery because, okay, that's why she was telling us about breaking it down to 3 parts, which is the letters to the definitions, because she was messing around with the different definitions a whole way. Why was she doing a definition of
deformity as natural, deformity as, where are the definitions?
And that's what I'm trying to get to, that all those parts of the deformity of so and so and so on, she was using them for her gallery. So it's like 3 parts to it. First, talking to herself to see what she was going to do. Second, doing the deformity definitions to see how she break up deformity into different exhibits.
And then I think eventually, like, the exhibits became about to give, like, certain people, like, you know how some people are, like you say, you're more of a visual
life.
So yeah, kind of like, you know, when you're a kid, you kind of you read a book. Yeah, you read a book, but it has more pictures than actual words, right? So with that said,
the one that you have,
that might be what she's trying to do.
I don't know. I was thinking like gallery just because it's like there's not really, because if you think about an art gallery, it's like the painting and then description, which are the words. and then like that's pretty much it, and it's all in this one. And there's never the same art. There's always
well,
new
if you
art.
look at this,
artists adding to the.
Yeah, if you look at this, if you look at that, there was at the back. Well, you could kind of see through. I don't know. You can't really see through it. Anyway, like before, like
What page is that?
page 171. At the bottom it says title, artist, blah blah so on. The ones that I gave you guys to do. Did you guys do them anyway? It says to put a title, artist, and then But I'm thinking that we have to deform some of the pictures or put them into one of the galleries. So it's the same thing that she did with the other ones. They have to have some kind of meaning to them. I wonder if they do. The ones online. If the people even gave it to her and this is the meaning of that picture, and she has those meanings. Anyway, so.
Oh, here it is. No wonder I couldn't find it. The application to be a subscriber, and then it asks you, what is your definition of a book? And I put something with words on something with words and interesting to read. That was my definition. Do you judge a book by its cover?
Yes.
And then it says yes for A for yes, B for no, C don't know, and I put no. What is your expectations for this book? I put nothing at that moment, but obviously now it's like
different.
So much more, yeah. If I say exhibit, do you think of a museum? And I put yes. It says A, museum, B, legal trial, or C, other. How accessible do you think literature? A, very, B, kind of, C, not so much. Define accessibility in this context. And I put how much do you like it? How accessible do you like life? A for very, B for B for kind of, C for not so much. And then it says define accessibility in this context. But I ripped out this page because
no wonder you couldn't find it.
Yeah. I ripped it out because where did I rip it out?
What page is it on?
12.
Because it says right here, move left, no.
Please tear this page from the spine and send it to yourself.
Oh yeah.
And then it says, and I put home, and then home is where, and then I put home is where the heart is. Add your note to the envelope. Seal. Do not open until you find the monster in this book. And then I put caution. This book may self-destruct. And then it's just, I don't know why I put, yes, I need to change my toenail polish. I don't know why I put that. Maybe that was just what I was thinking. Oh, it says, anything else you'd like to get off your head? And I said, yes, I need to change my toenail polish. But that's why I ripped it out, because this is the application to be a subscriber. So I think the purpose of it was, she wants you to rip it out, fill it out, have it ready, and then once you take your interpretation of a book, she wants her purpose is to make you deform something for her, right?
A subscriber, that's what they do for her.
Yeah, exactly. So that's her. I think that's her purpose, to motivate us to, like, in a way, pushing us without knowing that she is. You know what I mean?
I think she knows.
But we don't know that she knows.
Yeah, we don't know.
She's manipulating us.
I think she knows.
A writer manipulates, and I think at this point
to think and everything.
This is what she's doing. So,
so what if it's a museum? What's the definition of a museum?
Wouldn't a museum? Oh yeah, I know. Seriously, what is the definition of museum?
Or can you look it up on Google? The current.
Oh shit! 9 minutes.
9 minutes.
My computer.
I don't know, because it's like, I don't know, it's just too much of a coincidence that it said it in there. And then it said it in that other journal entry too. She was like, oh, as if it were a museum.
Let's shut you off for a minute.
What is the definition?
Well, I think for us, that's open into interpretation, because, like, what I might not think is good, you might think is good, you know what I mean? So that's why she leaves it up to, like, the individual to kind of, and that's why, like, things are being, like, the same exhibit is being deformed multiple amount of times, because it's just depending on how, like, you interpret it.
Exactly, that's why their thing that they did, they just did it on exhibit U, but not exactly giving it together, you know.
What's the music?
Oh,